If you would have brought 10-year-old me a genie and told me I could have anything I wanted, the thing I would have wished for was to be accepted, to feel a part of something. Because, tough as it is to say, for a lot of my childhood, I simply felt as if I was this outcast. I remember specifically when I was 8 years old, I'm sitting on the playground on this swing, and everyone's all playing basketball or football or soccer, and it's just me sitting by myself on this swing. And as I'm going back and forth, I start thinking to myself, why does nobody want to be my friend? I'm going over and I'm trying to play with them. I'm trying to be a part of the crowd, but nobody wants to be around me. And for years, I could just never figure it out. I could never understand what's wrong with me. I could never understand what is it that makes me so unwanted. And in that process, it led me to feeling as if nothing I ever did was good enough. Nothing I said was worth hearing. Nothing I did was worth seeing. I felt as if I had to hide myself. Not to say that it was something I was doing that made people not want to be around me. No, I genuinely felt as if it was something fundamentally wrong with me. And unfortunately, a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel as if they're just weirdos and nobody wants to be around them. But as time went on, more specifically when I was 13, I just kind of got to a point where I was like, okay, if this is what the world is going to say I am, they're about to find out. If they're going to keep telling me that I'm just somebody nobody wants to be around and nobody wants to be my friend, and I'm just this weirdo, they're about to find out who I am. And I just went into myself. I just looked at me and started embracing, what do I want to do? What do I like? Who am I? What makes me happy? What makes me feel good? What makes me feel lovable and worthy? I would go to school dressing however I wanted to because I don't care what none of y'all got to say about me. Y'all didn't care when I was sitting on that playground. Y'all didn't care when I was just sitting by myself all the time at lunch. Y'all didn't care then, so don't care now. I was that mad about it because it's so frustrating to put this into words. But people who understand what I'm talking about, they understand this. And now we're gonna get to the big topic that came to my mind and made me want to create this video. So since the age of 13, which has been 6 years now, I have not cut my hair. Like I've gotten shape ups and stuff, but I had a 2 year period where I did not even do that. I didn't cut my hair at any way because growing up, I would try to fit in. I would try to be accepted, whether that's on the playground or dressing how other people dress or talking how they talk or trying to do the thing that they do, such as hobbies or sports. And it made me lose track of who I genuinely am. So I just let myself be who I am absolutely naturally. I didn't cut my hair. I didn't dress how other people wanted to. No, I experimented and dressed however I wanted to. And I found my thing. My thing, I like wearing suits. Like, this is my daily thing. I walk outside like this. I go to the grocery store like this. I go to the corner store like this. When I go to the gym, I wear sweatpants and a t-shirt, obviously, because you can't work out in a suit. Well, technically you can, but I choose not to. But you get the point I'm making here. I had a period of time where I would just being me in my most raw and authentic form. And my hair is very symbolic of that. let me show you this, right? So I have some that are like kind of broken off because I like to play with my hair. I have some that are like really skinny. I have others that are really thick. I have others that are, let me try to show. I have others that are like thinning in the middle and then like, okay, my hair is like very diverse because I myself am a diverse person. My hair is a great representation of me naturally. But whenever someone looks at me and goes, "Ew, why you dress like that? Why you talk like that? Why this? Why that?" It does frustrate me a bit. I'm gonna be honest with you because it's not even that it be strangers who say this stuff to me. No, when I go outside, every stranger who looks at me, either they say nothing or they only got good stuff to say. They got positive stuff to say. They're like, man, I love your hair. I love that outfit. Where you get those shoes from? Where do you get that crystal necklace? That's another thing. Where do where did you get your watch? Where did you get this? Like, they are complimenting, they're supporting. But in my experience, it's often been family members who be the ones who got the most negative stuff to say. And this ain't nothing against them because I understand that for them growing up, that's what they went through. Their family said this stuff to them, and it was internalized to them that this is how you must act. This is how you must talk. This is how you must be. So all they're doing is repeating what they were shown, which is completely natural. But if what you were shown is, oh, you got to act like this, you got to talk like this. Oh, you can't wear your hair like that. You can't do that career. You can't dress like that. You can't do this. Who says who? Says who? Whose rule are you following? Of course, follow laws. Don't go out here wilding out. Don't go out here dressing ultra provocatively. But you guys understand what I'm saying, especially ones who've been around long enough. Y'all understand what I really mean. And then, as time went on, I would just grow my hair naturally, experimenting with how I want to dress and how I want to talk and just how I want to be. I would often find that that offends people. A lot of time, people can get offended when you are being yourself because they start to think that you think you're better than them, when in reality, you're you're responsible for how you act. You're not responsible for how it makes somebody feel. I'm repeat that. I'm responsible for how I act. I'm responsible for what I do. I'm responsible for what I say. I am not responsible for how that makes you feel. Because your feelings are your feelings. My feelings are my feelings. My actions are my actions. But a lot of people struggle to comprehend that. They think that because of how you want to dress, somehow that's their problem. What I put on is what I put on. My clothes aren't on you. My words didn't come out your mouth. My thoughts aren't in your head. You guys understand what I'm saying here? Because a lot of times people will say, "Oh, Lawrence, why are you being so mean? Why are you being so harsh? Why are you being this? Why are you being that?" That's how you feel about it. That's not how I am. That's how you feel about it. And go ahead and feel how you want to feel, but I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be what I am. Because by being who you are, you give people the freedom to love you for who you really are and the freedom to hate you for who you really are. And me personally, I would rather you hate me for who I am than love me for somebody I'm not. Because I'm sick and tired of trying to be what the world wants me to be. I'm sick and tired of pretending. I'm sick and tired of putting on this front. I'm sick and tired of acting. Because when I was put on the front and when I was acting and I was out there, smiling when I was broken inside, just acting like somebody I wasn't, that tore me apart. No. Now I ain't going back to that. Because people are so quick to try and squash you when you're trying to be better. They so quick to say, come back to the bar with us. Why you trying to act crazy? Why you trying to change up? I'm trying to change up because I don't want to be no alcoholic no more. Oh, why are you dressing like that? Why are you wearing suits? Why are you not wearing this? Why are you not wearing that? Because I'm trying to present myself in a professional, up level manner. But it be the same people who always got something crazy to say, who be the same ones who not even their most authentic, genuine self. A lot of ladies, y'all gonna relate to this one. You ever have a girl tell you something like, "Oh, girl, why you wear your hair like that? Like you wearing your natural hair. You got an afro, you got cornrows, you got a braid, whatever hair you got, right?" And then you look at them, and their hair is purple and green and yellow, and they wearing weave, and they talking about your natural hair. Whole time, their hair is fake. They're making fun of you for being real when they are being fake. Think about that. Girl, why you look like that? Why your nose look like that? Why your teeth look like that? Whole time they got a face full of makeup. They making fun of you for how God made you while they gotta put on the whole clown makeup. Or a lot of dudes, right? Yeah, I'm coming for y'all too, right? We not exclusive around here because a lot of dudes, they'll say, "Man, why you dressing like that? Why you this? Why you that? Why you talking like that?" Whole time, only clothes in their closet is a white t-shirt and some basketball shorts. Why you wearing that suit? Why don't you have a suit? I genuinely believe that every man should be required to own a suit. Here's why though. You get taken more seriously. I don't I don't make the rules, but the rules are every time I've been in my suit, people look at me and they go, "Yes, sir. No, sir." They look me in my eye, they shake my hand because they know a man in a suit commands attention. But at the same time, it's not the suit that makes the man, it's the man that makes the suit. Just because you put something on, just because you got a exterior, when that interior gets tested, we gonna find out if you real or not. That's how you find out if gold is real. You look at it and you're like, "Yeah, this is gold. This is shiny. But let me scratch it. Let me burn it. Let me put acid on it. Let me hit it with the fire." Because people who are real all the way through. All the way through. Nobody perfect, but that's what makes you real. Authentic, genuine people are not perfect. The people who are fake, the people who are putting on a mask, that's where they can hit you with the contour lines and they hit you with the editing and the Photoshop and the filters and the AI voiceovers and all that. No, over here, y'all get unedited raw videos. Y'all get an introduction, y'all get a closing out, and y'all get a big message. Y'all get parts of me stuttering. Y'all get parts where I have brain fog. Y'all get ums, ands. Y'all get all of that. Because, yes, I'm getting better in how I talk. Yes, I'm improving the quality of my videos. But at the same time, who you see is what I am. Who you see right in front of you is who I am. I'm sick and tired of pretending to be what the world wants me to be. Because at the end of the day, when I go in that casket, it is me. Y'all have heard me say that phrase over and over and over for years. And I mean it. Because you need to understand this, right? You're trying to impress these people online. I understand it. You like when a video getting all these likes and the new followers and this and that, and ooh, they commenting under my post. I understand. You like that. I like it too. But ain't none of them followers getting buried with you. Everybody want followers, but very few people want to be a leader. Everybody want people to follow them, but very few people want to lead them somewhere. Where are you trying to get these followers to go? And I don't just mean get them to go to your Etsy shop or get them to buy something or get them to purchase your course. I don't mean lead them to there. I don't mean lead them to your wallet. I mean, are you trying to lead them to elevating their mindset? Are you trying to lead them to building self-love? Are you trying to lead them to generational wealth? Are you trying to lead them to becoming better versions of themselves? Are you trying to lead them to fitness? Are you trying to lead them to health? Are you trying to lead them to wellness? Everybody wants followers, but very few people want to lead them. And the thing is, when you are a leader, you hold yourself to the highest standard. You don't hold your soldier to the same level you hold your general. No, you hold your general to a higher level then you hold the soldier. Because the soldier acting up, it got to be something wrong with the general. The general supposed to get him to act right. So, to close this out, I just want you to understand that, first of all, stop caring so much about what random people got to say about you, because these random people aren't going in that casket with you. And when you feel like you got nobody, remind yourself that you got you and you have the Most High, whatever that means to you. And lastly, when you're being authentic and you're being genuine, inevitably somebody not gonna like that. Everybody got something to say. Very few people got something that genuinely is worth listening to about how you should live. Of course, take that with a grain of salt, right? You know, there are people who actually have good advice for you, like health advice, mental wellness advice, self-care advice, stuff like that. Run it through a filter. You're going to know who is worth listening to and who is not worth listening to. And I'm going to close out with this. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you like, share the video, drop a comment for me, as well as, you know, ironic as it is for me to say this after telling y'all to not lead people to your wallet. If you do want to purchase my products, you can go to Amazon, Lawrence C. Harris, get my book, Power to the People, where I describe mental wellness techniques, how to build self-mastery, self-care, all that good stuff, as well as make sure you subscribe for more. Have a blessed day.